Why is it always bent? It's like the owner. G'day guys, it's ThatGen-XDude again. Welcome to yet another bloody YouTube show, and that is Y.A.B.Y.S for short. It's going to catch on, don't you worry about that. And we've got a bumper show for you today. We have many things. One thing I look at is a bit of Blackbeard's killer, because that dude was definitely a badass, as was Blackbeard, of course. We've got a little throwback to 2004 with Brittany Murphy visiting a Blockbuster. Of course, both those things no longer with us. I shouldn't call her a thing. We've also got another YouTube show that I have been delving into, diving deep into, and digging out content for you guys. Is called Catfished. We're going to cover that a little bit at length, and you might get a little bit of an old man rant from your friend ThatGen-XDude. Yeah, what else? We do have some other stuff, I'm sure of it. Oh yes, we look at Troy. You know those pokey videos those slots videos that are going around. People love to play slots and they're filming them, and people watch them. I watch them because I find them very therapeutic, relaxing. So, but that said, I have a favorite degenerate gambler, and you're going to meet him today. In fact, first up, let's look at Troy. Let me introduce you to my favorite, well, one of my favorite little gambling channels. My favorite degenerate gambler, anyway, is Troy. And Troy is, well, I'm not sure whether this is 100% legit or some sort of fictional character thing that he's got going on. And I've seen this actually across the internet, people making up stories to promote their videos about doing something bad to entice viewers, and they're not really doing that stuff. So they always have a message at the start that pops up real quick that says something along the lines of it being for entertainment only. And here's Troy filming himself living in his car because his wife's kicked him out, which happens all the time, and he's outside the casino. So and he's got a thing about this beanie, man. He won't give it up. He loves that beanie. I told him, man, in the comments, I said, man, a homeless man is going to covet that beanie one day, probably today.
Two. And of course, it has to do that for the last spin. Are you freaking kidding me, man? I can't believe it. $4,500 gone, bro.
The best part is he always crashes out in his car at the end. And he films that too, so, you got to think, how legit is this if he's just, filming himself being an absolute loser?
I don't even know. Gosh, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it.
But he's just recently scored a sponsorship for his channel, which means he gets paid to gamble. So, that's the dream for any YouTuber, really, isn't it? Anyway, that's Troy. Look him up. I'll put him in the links. Every single video I post today will be in the link in the comments.
I'm going to run it through ChatGPT, make it look like someone, oh my gosh, hit me in the parking lot. That would be perfect. All right, so I'll just take a picture, and then I'll just tell ChatGPT, make it look like my front got into a car accident. So it'll literally take like a couple seconds. Make it look like someone bumped me in the front of my truck. Oh, that's perfect. This is perfect. All right, I'm gonna send this. I'm trying to think of a good person to send it to, and I'm gonna see if they can spot me. Man, how much would that be? Let's figure that out. Based on the image, how expensive do you think the damages would be to fix? Oh my gosh, damn, that's a lot. Okay, so I'll send it to someone and just be like, hey, I need a new bumper. We'll stick with the bumper, see if I can maybe get 1,500 from someone, because
another thing I've been watching has been a little bit of stuff on pirates.
Blackbeard,
who doesn't love a good pirate?
Is shrouded in mystery. His real name was probably Edward Thatch.
Probably.
He may have been a sailor
from the English
port of Bristol. Some believe he fought in the War of Spanish Succession.
Some believe
Of which he
may
found
have.
himself unemployed in the Caribbean in the last great age of piracy.
Well, that's where you want to find yourself unemployed, isn't it?
So he travelled to the outlaw haven of Nassau and turned pirate.
That is a killer flag.
He sailed as second in command to the pirate captain Ben Hornigold. They cruised America's east coast.
Yeah, burn those Americans.
That summer, Blackbeard met Stede Bonnet, known as the Gentleman Pirate, and took over command.
Bit of a oxymoron there, isn't it?
Then he returned to terrorize the American colonies once more.
Yes, stick it up him.
Blackbeard used fear as a weapon, terrifying opponents into a quick surrender. But there's no record of him ever torturing or murdering any of his victims.
Of course, recorded history has been known to be wildly inaccurate, as evidenced by things like the Bible.
Blackbeard refitted the ship with 40 guns and renamed her Queen Anne's Revenge.
That is a major fuck you to the Brits, aristocracy.
Capturing and burning ships, as well as the French colony of Guadeloupe.
Anything French is in the firing line, and the English. Go on.
In the Gulf of Mexico, he
Gulf of what?
amongst Spanish shipping and earned himself a new nickname, El Gran Diablo.
Oh, why don't I earn a nickname? I've probably got a few.
Despite many
Yes!
losses, morale was low amongst Blackbeard's crew. They hadn't had a big haul in months. The men wanted gold. So
It's not like there's lots of shops and, you know, bars and things to do. There's only a few bars, and then if you lose all your money in there, you've got no sense, so you deserve it.
Gentleman Stede Bonnet now chose to part ways with Blackbeard.
Well, that sounds like a wise move,
4 months
Gentleman
later,
Stede.
he was dead, hanged in Charleston as a pirate.
Well, maybe not a good move. Can't help themselves, but
Blackbeard claimed
French ship deserves to be plundered. I hate the French.
Ship. But few were fooled. Alexander Spotswood, Lieutenant Governor of the neighbouring colony
This
of
guy.
Virginia, now decided to deal with Blackbeard once and for all.
Maybe they should have called him Governor Fuck Around and Find Out.
To North Carolina, with orders to take Blackbeard, dead or alive.
That's a great
Blackbeard
image.
was outnumbered 3-1, but he fought skillfully and bravely to the end.
Yeah, you did, Blackbeard.
Finally, he was cut down by one of Maynard's men.
Savagery.
His body was found to be covered with 20 sword cuts and 5 bullet wounds.
What a way to go.
Blackbeard's head was cut off and fixed to the bowsprit of the Navy sloop to prove he was dead.
Well, not quite the mizzenmast, but, you know, the bowsprit will
Blackbeard's
do.
reign of terror lasted less than 2 years, during which he plundered an estimated 40 ships. But his careful and deliberate use of terror forged a legend that would last for
I love the image at the
centuries.
end. Dun, dun, dun. And I love the stories about pirates. And like I mentioned, history is full of inaccuracies in its recording. You know, short stories become long stories, which become embellished over time. And yeah, we get what we get. I caught this Brittany Murphy MTV bit this week. It was really kind of bittersweet to see her back in 2004 visiting a Blockbuster. I know it's 2004 and a little bit outside the old Gen X purview, and we do include the years that mean a lot to us. And there's obviously a little bit of hangover with any generation owning a part of the last generation. That's just the way things go now.
My favorite videos. I'm overworked, I'm overtired, and I can relax and watch the things that I love.
And she does that cartwheel and oh my god, she is so wasted.
We're okay.
She's so cute.
Okay. I didn't do that. I don't know who just did that. It sure is difficult.
But back in 2004, they still had VHSs.
Simply irresistible
Can you
right
believe
now.
it? DVDs were obviously
Okay, wait.
first coming out.
Superstar is the best comedy that I've seen in a really long time.
I haven't seen Superstar, but I know Molly Shannon and Mary Catherine from SNL, and it's
Ready?
very much my kind of humour, although just some movies I never get to. Superstar. I think, you know, sometimes with SNL skits, they're great as skits,
Really funny. You have
and then
to
they
watch
make a
it.
movie and you realise why it shouldn't have been a
They
movie.
actually hit the age that people were in reality.
And another one I've never seen,
I was a little
Reality
shocked
Bites.
because they
Planes,
were
Trains and
so much older and
Automobiles.
cooler
Give it a
than me.
shout out. What a great movie.
It pretty much captures the Gen X generation, but I'm actually not a Gen X member. I missed it by like a year or two, so I still appreciate the film.
She's just having fun with it, you can tell. And there she is on the cover of Clueless. Almost unrecognisable to how she would become.
And funny, just want happiness, endorphins flowing. When you laugh, you have endorphins. It's a medically proven fact that when you laugh, it's healthier for your entire body.
And that's a fact, guys. Laughing and smiling is good for your health. Oh, look at all those classic movies.
Okay.
Really is such a time capsule.
I wasn't gonna bombard you with Bob Fosse films either.
All right, we've got the Bob Fosse shout out. That is a very cool move. Bob Fosse, one of the most successful and popular filmmakers in the 70s. He made Cabaret and All That Jazz, which was the sequel to Cabaret, I believe.
Same thing with All That Jazz. That's Roy Scheider. He was in Jaws.
And you know him from
many
Jaws.
other things, but he
All
might
That Jaws.
Jaws.
There's a sequel. If someone can turn All That Jazz into a short Jaws movie, cutting in Roy Schneider, Scheider. I've always gotten that name wrong. Scheider. It's Scheider, not Schneider. And we know that musicals aren't for everyone, but for those who are a fan, definitely check out those movies.
Dancing, music, everything, all of it.
I don't know if she's going for the 7 for 7, the 7 movies for $7 for 7 days, which is a deal we used to get at our local Video Easy, which is what forerunner to Blockbuster here in Australia. It's funny to see a time also when Shrek was fairly new, and me and my brother would go down and we'd pick 3 movies each, and we'd have to agree on the 7th movie, which could be a little tenuous.
Weed through everything.
She said weed.
How you doing? My eyes are a little bit bigger than what I'm able to watch.
I don't know if her eyes are bigger than anything at the moment.
We'll throw in Beverly Hills Cop 2. Not Beverly Hills Cop 2, but Beverly Hills Cop also.
Not Beverly Hills Cop 2. But that was okay. It was a decent sequel. Like Another 48 Hours or Another Stakeout. Ooh, I have to watch those movies again. Another Stakeout. Stakeout and Another Stakeout. Richard Dreyfuss and Emilio Estevez. 2 of my absolute favourite
A
actors.
wonderful day or night or whatever time we're seeing this. And I'm going to enjoy my movies today.
Okay, Brittany, it's lovely to see you again. We miss you. People are getting stupider. That's all I got to say. No, people are getting stupider and it's reaching epidemic proportions.
I'm 95% sure that this person is who they say they are.
This man wants to know the truth about his internet girlfriend.
We just clicked, you could say. 5'3", probably weighs 125 pounds, the face of an angel and the body of a goddess.
Now, I've been watching this show called Catfished or Scamfish or something. I think it's Catfished. The name gives you the idea of what it's all about.
And the last time we were supposed to meet was the day before I contacted you guys. I just bought, personally this time myself, bought the flight ticket and everything. Apparently, she said they was both going to get out the car at the same time, but the lady didn't put the car in park, kind of run over her leg or something. It's the reason why she missed the flight.
He has dreams one day of marrying this woman.
And to be honest, I knew this level of boneheadedness existed, but I wasn't sure about how deep it all went. So maybe it's me that's the bonehead. Well, I'm a type of bonehead, but I'm nothing like these walking globs of mashed potato. So take this guy, Robert. Great name. He's clearly never matured past high school, and he proudly states that he could have done better when he met his wife.
Friends and family, they all think I'm crazy, well, especially my ex-wife and some other people that I wasn't capable of getting anybody like that.
So he wants to prove his family wrong.
Just because I settled for her doesn't mean that I can't do better.
Now, unsurprisingly, they're no longer together, and I'm sure this situation must cause her no end of hilarity and chuckles as she observes the shit show of a relationship that Robert now has.
What you say, true blonde, you know, a little dingy.
Is that attractive? I mean, is that like a quality you want in a woman, in a partner?
I guess so, because that's the type I've always attracted. My ex-wife was a little dingy, Not what I mean by a little dingy, they don't have a lot of common sense.
And I know I'm prying. I'm just curious, do you have examples of that where you thought, okay, they should know better, or?
I shouldn't have said all that. I've been wrong, but most of the time I'm right.
But why are you here? Like, if you can read people really well and you have like a pretty good instinct, like, why are you here today?
But it is 2026 and people are still getting catfished with extreme prejudice. Now, I don't want to say stupid people deserve what they get, but that is a universal truth with everyone. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes. It's not rocket science. But do these people not own a mirror? There's some real creative license being taken in people's estimation of how attractive they are. In other words, U-G-L-Y, you ain't got no alibi, you ugly.
Today, we are speaking to a man named Rob from New York. Rob met a woman named Sarah on Facebook dating. The two hit it off and began a relationship through texting and phone calls. He fell for Sarah so hard, he planned to leave the mother of his child so he could begin his relationship once he met Sarah in person.
And I have to say, I'm getting a little bit paranoid about the amount of people called Robert appearing on this show as the ones being scammed. Although I did feel a little better when I discovered that one of the scammers was called Robert. And that's a little bit better. Put some respect on my name, man. Let's look at the clip.
That she sent me, like, I could see that this person's got a good personality.
This man found the love of his life on Facebook.
Her name was Robert Whitham.
A little unique that her name is Robert.
I don't call her Robert. I call her my queen.
And the thing I regret doing is sending all my information. Social security number, my driver's license, just a bunch of stuff that I never should have sent, but I sent.
So what's this all about then? It's one thing to be stupid, but even stupid people learn lessons. Everyone should have at least heard of not giving your bank details, social security, or other sensitive info out to anyone, let alone a stranger on the internet. And I think that Apple needs to consider adding an extra page to their gift card purchase site that says much along the lines of, are you a robot? Are you a complete moron? But they'd probably get that wrong, which would end up being the right way to answer it.
We love each other to death. I'll give her the world. Anything I can possibly give her, I'll give her. She does anything for me. Make my lunch every day before I go to work. She's a little on the bigger side. She's probably 220 pounds, 5'4", 5'5", maybe. I mean, a beautiful girl, but she's just bigger. She's on the bigger side. I would love to be with a beautiful girl again. My girl's beautiful. She's just 220 some pounds. And that just kind of turns me off a little bit. I've never married her. I've told her I would, but I just never married her. It turns me off. That's all. If she took care of herself and done things, I would like her to get down to like 130, 140, maybe 150.
Now, what I can't get is how stupid people are smart enough to actually hone their stupid skills. I mean, surely that's a talent in itself, right? The dumb actively seem to be trying to get dumber. It's a clear case of Darwinism and natural selection at work.
She just won't go outside. She sits in the house all the time. Sarah knows I have a girlfriend. Our plans were she's going to come to Buffalo. We're going to meet in a hotel room. Then I'm going to get on the phone and I'm going to call Jennifer and tell her that I was going to leave her. Until that time comes, I can't bring myself to do it, but until the time comes, I'm going to have to do it. There is a lot of arguing because she wants me to send $50,000 to her and I refuse to. Her lawyer told me, she told me that it was for taxes being paid on properties and it's actually like $65,000, but I told her I was only going to come up with 50. That's the only thing she's got to pay for her father's taxes. And she just keeps saying soon that we'll be together. Soon, soon, soon. Well, I've heard that for like almost 8 months now. I just can't take it no more. I thought that after $16,000 later that I would be with her, I got to pay to see you. We're both in love, but if I don't pay to see you, you're going to find another man someplace else. And she's admitted to that several times.
I'm sorry, but if you're sending money to anyone in the hope of keeping them interested, you may as well be hiring a prosy. You can split hairs with me all you like, but if it walks like a duck, quack, quack, quack. And of course, women aren't immune to the dreaded catfish. Of course, they were the first ones to experience it because men invented it. We invented that shit, man, because that's what we do. We're men and we invent shit.
Beth was messaged by multiple cast members from the TV show SEAL Team. Two profiles claiming to be Scott Fox and Justin Melnick connected with Beth through Facebook and thought Beth would be a great companion for their friend named James. Let's jump straight into it. Real quick, guys.
I do not accept any requests from anybody outside that I do not know, other than somebody like Scott Fox. So I accepted it. We started talking via Messenger. He was trying to say how he was writing a script for Netflix because he's no longer on the show. Well, being a fan, I knew for sure what Scott's personal life is.
So you believe that
interested in meeting a friend of mine. He's in the service. He's really, really shy. It's like, well, do you have a picture of him? I want to see what he looks like first. So he sent me the first picture of James. I was like, okay.
All right, so this is James.
And they do take a softer approach with the ladies, unless they prove to be absolute losers themselves, which sometimes they do. And they tend to encourage the notion that this is just another example of men taking advantage of women, poking that hoary old bear to prompt outrage, which means reactions, which translates to likes and shares and comments. How did I forget comments? Anyway, like this post if you've got a minute, and I would love it if you subscribe and maybe write a comment on how you found the show. That's Yet Another Bloody YouTube Show, or Y.A.B.Y.S for short. And I'm ThatGen-XDude.
Why are you wanting our help? I mean, you're with somebody, you're back with them. Why does this person even matter? And especially, I'm just being very candid. There's very apparent red flags that I think anybody can spot.
I just want to know if he's real and where my money went to.
What makes you think he's real?
I watched him on TikTok.
Let's say we verify he is real. Is this the moment that you just dip out from your boyfriend?
Yes, want to say? Yeah.
He knows that you're gonna leave him if this person's real?
Oh, no, I don't know.
And they are just roasting these people, man, who are mercifully too smooth-brained to pick up on it, and they're not at all disguised contempt and the not good kind of pity that they offer them. They hit these poor deluded folk with a proper smackdown of facts, constantly reminding them of all the real-life ramifications that they will now face, that they've been put on show in such a public and global way.
Robert, the team went through all the images and they found the real person in the images.
Okay.
And it's not the person you're talking to. So the real person is somebody with the name of Jessa Rhodes. She's an adult film star.
No, that's not her real name.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but I would have thought that contacting any lonely men on the internet with a fake profile featuring the picture of a famous porn star might raise a few eyebrows or set off a few alarm bells, but apparently not, even given the likelihood that said lonely man might have a permanently open tab of Pornhub on private mode in his phone.
I'm not really following what you mean, but...
We found an IMDb page and a Wikipedia page for this person. And one thing I want you to look at is the date right here. So you said that this person you're talking to said that they stopped in 2021, but since 2021, they've done 5 different movies. And the last one was hot and mean 33.
I made David say that.
Yeah.
Sorry. I can see you're confused. So let's do this. Let's share some
proof that Justin is who he says he is. There's proof that James is definitely not who he says he is.
I just pursued the other issue, figuring I could sometime leave the person I'm with to go with the other one.
Are you going to reveal to Jennifer what you've been going through? Does she know about this?
She knows nothing about it. She probably would pick up and leave and take my son with her.
But you were going to leave her though, right?
At one point, yes. Have I ever seen Sarah?
I want to run through a few things with you. So I'm going to go through the questions, and Brianne is actually going to reveal a lot of the stuff that she's investigated over this past week for you, okay?
Okay.
the email from the lawyer, and what we had found out was there was no online footprint, meaning we couldn't find any trace of that email online. If this was a reputable lawyer, we should be able to find something from him, and we couldn't find anything. Yeah, so she's actually a model. She's in her 30s. She's happily married, and she's definitely not the person that you have been talking to.
But
where does this leave you with Sarah?
I'm staying here with Jennifer and my son. And I'll probably text her one more time saying, hey, you are not who you are.
Well, it's probably a guy on the other end that you've been talking to. You had talked about your current girlfriend's weight and how you were just going to leave her for this other woman. People are going to watch this, and I know there's going to be a lot of people that are infuriated. To be honest, I was a little infuriated when I heard those comments.
Anyway, I don't want to be giving them too many tips. Not that they need them, because they're clearly doing a great job of outsmarting Whitey and turning those Yankee Doodle dollary dues into gun and shekels or whatever the currency is. And honestly, I'm not sure how they do it, but they managed to convince almost all of them to use a crappy webcam on a camera angle that I can only imagine has a template called Sex Pest View. The problem here is that we as humans have taken something super simple and complicated it. Sounds familiar? Well, it should, because we do it all the time. I'm talking about love, guys. We've dressed it up, we've adorned it with all these add-ons, expectations, and how someone should be, and it's so non-organic. And these generally come under the heading of romantic notions. These notions are add-ons to relationships, most likely originally conceived by someone who was looking to better his own relationship or their own relationship, and someone noticed it and they coveted it and they emulated it. For whatever reason, probably because they saw it to be working. But humans aren't complicated. We're very much monkey see, monkey do. But we are obsessed with what everybody else is doing and minding everybody else's business. Something that's grown only exponentially over time with the rise of the internet and the modern media that caters to us like hogs in a trough. Over time, we've stopped finding and living our own truth and started to adhere to the great screenplay of life. Doesn't sound very organic to me. And our whole lives, our imaginations have been fueled by stories of true love and finding the one. What horseshit. That's a concept. And it's a concept that brings these people on Catfished undone. If you listen to these people, they're all plagued by these romantic notions of love and what that should look like. But we placed an ideal on love and made it a set of bullet points to be checked off. It just doesn't seem natural. But the real underlying problem here is that we are taking old info and applying it to our lives in the modern day. We are taking the thinking of much more primitive men and still trying to adhere to the rules and guidelines and laws that they set down. This has got to stop. We've got to rethink everything. We've got to question everything. Even your Constitution, America, there's amendments for a reason, because it was not appropriate. They needed to amend it. And when it all's said and done, and I watch these shows, guys, I can't believe that these are the people that get to choose the leader of the free world. Do we still say that? Can we still say that? The free world? Okay, guys, I don't know what was going on at the end there. Actually, I do. Sometimes when you're old and you've got a lot of information in your brain, sometimes the wires get crossed. especially if those wires are interconnecting in the first place, as was the thread of those two thoughts. My thing is, we need to change our thinking radically around everything. There is too much added extras in life. We've added too much to the living experience, and we've watered down what it is to be human. And I did run my feelings about the American Constitution into love, because to me they're related in the way that it's humans misbehaving once again. So fuck humans, they are terrible. So yeah, guys, it's been my pleasure once again. I took all week putting this together, and I hope you enjoy it. I hope it's watchable. I know it will be, because I did it, and I'm a man, and I invented this.
Shot down in me, but I ain't never gonna change my tune when I'm back on top in the month of June. I said that's life, and as funny as it may seem, some people get their kicks stomping on a dream, but I'll never let it get me down. That bigger world keeps spinning around. Being a puppet, pirate, a poet, a pauper, a pawn and a king. Being up and down and over and out. And I know one thing, each time that I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life. Many times I thought of quitting, babe, but my heart wouldn't buy it. If I didn't think it was worth one try, I'd jump right on a big bird and I'd fly. Been a puppet, poet, pirate, pauper, now I'm the king. Been up, down, I know one thing. Each time that I find myself flat on my face, I pick myself up and get back in the race. That's life, and I can't deny it. Many times I thought of quitting, babe, but my heart wouldn't buy it. If I didn't think it was worth one try, I'd just roll myself up